Put yourself in Disney's shoes. You've got an IP in Star Wars that's on its last legs. No one cares about it. It's in the trash can. Kids these days, they hear Star Wars and go, what's that? That sounds lame. So things are desperate. To rekindle interest, Disney decide to hand the keys to the Star Wars video game IP to Ubisoft, of all companies. An organisation that is known for basically just bargain bin slot these days. Everything Ubisoft produces, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, these days it's totally pathetic. It's always just copy and pasted from the last game. The gameplay's bare bones. It's totally dumbed down. It's based on little dopamine hits as you run around the map collecting things. Nothing of substance. It's all just totally lame. And yet Disney are getting them to work on Star Wars games. At least even EA have produced something. The Jedi, say, Fallen Order, Survivor, they're all right, even though how awful Survivor performs on PC. I'm still annoyed about that. But EA have been better than Ubisoft. And lo and behold, today, Ubisoft puts out the trailer to their new Star Wars Outlaws game. Now, that's a title that maybe if another studio was doing it, I could have been mildly interested. It looked alright. Big open world Star Wars game. What are we going to get? Because it's Ubisoft, you know it's just going to be a reskinned Assassin's Creed in the Star Wars universe. That's what the Avatar game is. They never do anything that resembles innovation. It's all crap. And to top it off, let's have a look at this. The main character in the game, I don't know her name, I don't care about it, but here's what they did with the main character. As we can see, someone says Ubisoft transformed a beautiful female model, Humbly Gonzalez, into literally a broom for Star Wars Outlaws. And how many times have we seen this now? Where you get probably one of the most beautiful people in the world, they've hired her because of her looks. And what do? They cut here, they cut there. Oh no, the face is looking too feminine. We've got to get that male jaw going, those male facial features. We can't have her look like a woman. That would be totally toxic. The male gaze is coming out. No, feminism will die if we don't make this main character look as ugly as possible. As usual in the video game industry these days, the purple hairs, the no genders, they come out and they think, we're making a game here, so we've got a golden opportunity to lecture people and to push our worldview on people. How can we do that? Well, we're going to make the main character look as unattractive as we possibly can. Again, they've got, as a reference point, someone who is genuinely beautiful. All you've got to do is copy the face and put it in the game. You don't have to even make it an exact replica. You could get creative and make her look as good as you want her to. You can use your imagination. You can do what you want. But no, the only thing in these people's brains is dark matter, weird thoughts about how they hate their audience. All gamers are evil. Why can't they just think like us? And this is the result. This is what we get these days. We can see it here. Western developers be like, it's accurate, bruh. And we can see it again. And these aren't really just sort of, oh, we're going to take the worst screenshots possible and we'll put them up on Twitter, because often that gets said. Aloy from Horizon Forbidden West, Horizon Zero Dawn, and so on. People always say, oh, she's not ugly. Gamers are taking the worst screenshot they can find and they're blowing it up. Is that true? I don't know. But this was from Star Wars Outlaws, the official story trailer. Ubisoft put this up. There wasn't hours of footage to comb through and we found the worst of it. This is what they're trying to sell to people to get them excited about the game. And this is usually the only part that Ubisoft actually get right. The actual substance of the games, the moment-to-moment gameplay, it's pathetic. Chasing map markers, climbing towers, doing generic quests that we saw 10 years ago in Assassin's Creed 2. They're still doing it now. Normally they get the presentation okay, so the normies who see a Ubisoft game on a bus or a YouTube ad, they get excited about it, like Avatar. Oh my god, the world of Pandora, the possibilities are endless, and then you play and it's literally a reskinned Far Cry. But normally it looks good from a presentation standpoint. But in a 2-minute trailer, this is what the main character looks like, and you have to ask yourself, Why are they hiring this actress? What's the point? Is this a tax write-off? Is there corruption going on? They're funneling this person some free money? Because they're obviously not using her face. If they are, any resemblance has been totally lost. And a point that is worth making that someone brings up here, to be perfectly clear, this woman, the model for the main character, she's gorgeous. No amount of the problem we are complaining about lies with her or her looks. The problem is Ubisoft making her character less attractive on purpose. And I don't know this person. I think she was in a video or something celebrating being queer, but I won't go there. But I will say, anyone else in her shoes, you'd think they'd be insulted by this. You go in there, they take all the photos, they strap you to machines to sort of copy your face and get it into the digital sphere. And then this is what they came up with, this pathetic excuse for a character, for a face. It looks almost as bad as Malfoy from PS1 Harry Potter. Maybe they use that for a reference point. That's the only thing I can possibly think of. But this really is the point. It's not, oh my god, there's a character in a video game who's not gorgeous. That's not what the problem is. It's that you are purposely going out of your way to make a character look uglier than they need to. They've made a conscious decision to do that. It's not, again, oh my god, they didn't hire a beautiful enough actress. None of that. It's an ideology thing where these weirdos, probably obese people, they take the elevator instead of the 5 stairs to get into their office. It's those purple hairs who are literally raging day in, day out. They probably hate women. These are people who see a woman who's pretty, takes care of themselves, and they hate those people with a passion. And because men seem to be naturally drawn to those sort of women, they lose their minds. And they want to create this weird echo chamber, this weird space in gaming where everyone just looks strange. They constantly bang on about, oh my god, these gamers who are complaining about this main character, the looks of the person in the game, they must never go outside and engage with real women. They must not do it. Well, that's actually why we're kind of annoyed. I don't really see people who look like this in my day-to-day life, and I deal with a lot of people as part of my job. And this looks kind of freakish, but again, it's not even just the looks, it's the fact that they purposely went down this road. The whole idea that it's toxic gamers. Regular people don't care about this. Well, again, why is it that just about every advertisement, every popular movie, they star the most attractive people in society? That's a marketing thing. It's what most people want to see. It's what they get drawn to, get engaged by. It's happened in human history for millions of years. But oh no, this only started because of gamers sitting on their computer all day, watching too much prom. They don't go outside. Live in your delusional world. But what's very interesting is someone put together a really good compilation of the characters in Death Stranding. So this is another AAA title. Of course, it's an Asian studio, so it's not a Western studio, meaning they normally get these things right because they're not pushing agendas all day in, day out. And if we look at the actress versus the in-game character model, looking pretty accurate, and it's not as if it's just a direct copy of the actress. They still managed to create them in a way where it might suit the character that they're playing, and I think that's important too. You don't just have to hire an actor or an actress and replicate them in every game, otherwise everyone looks the same. You can get creative, you can make them look a bit different, but at least do that in a positive way. Don't try and destroy their facial structure so they're not only unrecognizable, they're kind of hideous. We can see all of them. They look fantastic. I still need to play this. I sort of got turned off by the walking simulator. I think it was like the FedEx or the postman, so I put it off, but I'll play it one day. And I've got to say, seeing that they're just focused on making a game first, they're not crying about the male gaze, that makes me a little bit more interested. But of course, you get the people who love this. They're extremely happy with the character in Star Wars Outlaws, not because they give a shit about the game at all. They're happy because it's making the right people mad, and they're on the right side of history with this. So this thread on the old gaming circle jerk sane people on the internet, they have a thread here, new ugly main character is dropped, but they say ugly in an ironic way because she's actually stunning. And it's just weirdo gamers who have a problem with what's going on here. What I find interesting, though, is you'll get all of these posts sort of saying, oh, this woman is so hot. She's so pretty, they're fucking crazy, these gamers. Incel gamers, oh, they start to say this, but then reality sets in. They can't hide the truth anymore, because as you dig a bit deeper, someone says here, I'd be on my hands and knees for her to even look at my direction. What the fuck are these people on? Same, lol. If it's a look that attracts bi and lesbian women, and a subset of men while scaring us superficial straight guys, or insecure straight women, good for her, I completely empathize with that. So they're basically admitting that this whole thing was done to appeal to LGBT people. So they're acknowledging that to 99% of the population, this character does look quite weird. But because they might appeal to some LGBTs, it's all okay. So nice try pretending, oh, we're the weirdos, when it's a 1% who this is apparently going to draw in. This continues as well. Someone says, she looks like a lesbian John Bon Jovi in his prime, and I mean that intending to flatter. These dudes are out of their gourd. Now, I like some of Bon Jovi's music. I'm a bit of an 80s person, but thinking that that's a compliment then. So we've got a beautiful model, and the best we can say is that she looks like a lesbian John Bon Jovi. That's the compliment. And again, more of this, I got gay vibes, and I'm not sure she's supposed to appeal to straight men, or even to seem identified to random typical straight women. Again, you're admitting that it's a weird character that most people are just not going to be interested in. Regular, everyday people, not in your weirdo community. You're acknowledging that, but at the same time you try and push this narrative that, oh my god, male gamers, they're just obsessed with Stellar Blade characters' unrealistic expectations. You've gone mask off here. You're admitting that it's an ideology thing, just appealing to LGBT. We'll end here on this one. Someone says, they're gonna pretend to be all jokey, it's not serious. But they say, another ugly-ass girl boss beating up a bunch of emasculated white men. They say that ironically. And then he says, be thankful you're being represented. Again, he'll say it's a big joke, but this is what they really think. They love the fact that anything happens to put white men down, put them in their place. They want to see us all exterminated. They live for it. I will say I'm almost glad this is happening to a Ubisoft game, because I was not excited for this in the least. Too many years of buying the latest Assassin's Creed, the new Far Cry, and realizing over time, this shit is all the same, it's never going to change, the studio can do nothing that's creative, at least if they're going to do this nonsense like the Sweet Baby Ink back studios are doing, at least it's Ubisoft. Another reason not to play this garbage. I hope it flops, and it's not even going to be on Steam, by the way. Thanks so much for listening, I'll see you on the next one, cheers, bye.